hands on our hips. We're just going to move our hips from side to side. These long nights, long dark nights, I've now got my weighted blanket on my bed, and it's nice because I can sleep better, but your body aches. Draw circles. Yeah, it is. Start to draw circles with your hips now. It is, and I think just with the nights drawing in as well. I mean, there was a bit of sunshine yesterday, changed direction, a bit of sunshine yesterday, which is always nice to see. But, there's like no leaves on the trees. This is the thing about this country, as the summer is so spectacular, isn't it? Greenery and everything so beautiful. Good. Okay. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see, but stay where you are. We're just going to send our hips back, but keep that back straight. Good. And then come back up again. And we're working our way into a forward fold to come down a little further. Just taking it slowly. Nice. And then coming up. And then coming back down again on the exhale. Coming into a forward fold. I'm going to come up again one more time and then come all the way down. So just working our way down into this, giving our bodies time to adapt. Nice and gentle. If your fingertips touch the floor, that's fine. Let your head go. You can have a gentle bend in your knees here because often the hamstrings can restrict this movement. Nice. And then from here, Pat, just come down to all fours. So just naturally bring your hands down to the floor and bring those knees down underneath the hips. So hands under shoulders, and then just check in with your core. Make sure your core is switched on so you're not just dumping down there. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. We're just going to move backwards and forwards again. Just a little bit of gentleness backwards and forwards. As you come forward, you probably feel the weight coming onto your wrists. That's normal. Just remember to spread those fingers to distribute the weight. And exhaling as you come back. And inhaling as you come forwards. Movement is about, yoga is about movement and breath. Good. And then sink back into your child's pose. Or puppy pose. So if your hips don't quite come down to the ground like mine don't at the moment, then puppy pose. The forehead comes down to the ground. And can you feel that lovely feeling in your upper back there, Pat? Yeah, just such a nice, because we don't do this very often, in everyday life. We're hunched over everything, peering at screens. So this is a really nice passive way to just activate that upper back. Good. Push away from the floor. Walk your hands a little further forwards, and we're going to come forwards and backwards again. This is like that cat-cow, but it's a bit more extended. So coming back into puppy pose, forehead to the floor, hips back, and then inhaling and coming forwards, almost into a cobra, squeezing those glutes, nice, good, and then exhaling and coming back, moving nice and slowly, really planting those hands on the floor and pulling yourself forwards, because then not only getting a stretch in the back as you come back into that puppy pose, or also using a little bit of strength in that upper back as we pull ourselves forward. So come up, feel your back working. Nice, lovely. Sinking back into puppy pose one more time. Taking a big breath in, a big breath out. And then I'm going to get you to come up onto your knees. So have your knees hip width apart. I'm going to just go to 45 degrees so you can see. I'm going to take this off. I'm hot now. I don't know how that happened. It must be hormones. Yeah. Right, and I've got my microphones on. Great, wonderful. And then inhale and bring your hands up. Reach up high. And then come back down to puppy pose. So similar movement. Head comes down, hips up. Come on up again. So reaching up high, growing up out of the ground. Maybe a little back bend here. So squeezing those glutes and reaching up and over. Nice. And then coming back down to puppy pose as you exhale. A little bit more extreme than that cat and cow. Good. And as you're down here, Pat, in this puppy pose, I want you to just feel one shoulder and then feel the other. So just move your shoulders from side to side. Just move those shoulders a little bit. And get you confident moving within these poses just to feel your way into your body. Good. And then come up. We're just going to do some bog standard cat cows. So tucking your chin, rounding through your back with your knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. Good. Push your shoulders slightly forwards there, Pat, just slightly. Good. And then inhale, coming up, sticking that bum out, lowering the belly. Good. And coming up to cat, exhaling. And cow, inhaling. Lovely. One more time, so one more cat. Slowly working your way through all those vertebrae in the spine. And then one more cow. Inhaling. Good. Okay, walk your hands a little further forwards. We're going to come up into a down dog. So tuck your toes under. Push your heels into the floor. Towards the floor. Dive your head between your elbows. And send your hips up to the sky. This is a beautiful down dog, Pat. Really well done. And you know that feeling we had in puppy pose? You want to feel that same feeling in the shoulders. So push one heel and then the other one down. So just bending and straightening your legs. It's like we're taking our dog for a walk. Good. Well done. And then you're going to walk up into a forward fold. So take your little steps until you end up in a forward fold. So we're back to where we started. Now, normally I would have been like trying to come up to the top of the mat there, and I would have probably taken one step because of my hip. I'm kind of ending up in the middle of the mat, and that's fine. However you end up there, it's fine. So just staying here in a forward fold, letting your head go. And we're going to take a deep bend now with those knees and those hips and just come down into a squat. Good. And then come back up into a forward fold. So head down in the fold. Good. And then head up, but keep the back straight in that squat. Good. So avoid pushing down on your knees. Put your forearms onto your thighs. That's it. You can clasp your hands together and then head down. Relax your jaw. Good. And one more squat. So sending those hips back, keeping the back straight. Nice. Good. Lovely. And then coming into a fold as you exhale. This time we're going to go straight legs. Straight legs in that fold. Feel the stretch down the backs of your legs. And just a gentle sway from side to side. And then we're going to slowly roll up and come up to standing. So pushing away from the floor with those feet. Stacking one vertebra on top of the other. Lovely. And then coming up to standing. Turn to face me. Oh, your shoulders up, back and down. Oh, that's nice. Such a nice feeling. So lift those shoulders up, pull them back, and then pull them down. So imagine here we're closing our chest. We're rolling those shoulders forwards, and then we're lifting those shoulders up. Good. And then opening out through the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Nice. Now the range of motion with these joints is incredible. They can do so many things. And so moving them through all of those ranges of motion can really help. as well, just to keep them mobile. Right, relax those shoulders. Move your head to the right. And now we're stretching down the side. Come back up the center, move your head to the left. So just side to side here. One more time on each side, up to center, over to the side, and up to center and over to the other side. Good. Coming back up to center, you're going to tuck your chin towards your chest. Oh, that's nice. And then inhaling, lifting, and looking up towards the ceiling. Nice and slow. So compressing through the throat as you come forwards, tucking that chin, really feeling that compression in the throat, and then really feeling that compression, the opening out through the throat as you lift your head and look up. A nice stretching across the skin there. Lovely. And then just come back to center. And I'm going to get you to draw circles. Just rotate gently through your neck. All the way around. Same direction one more time. Come back to center and swap direction. I was away this weekend. I went to South London. I did a full 360-degree M25. One way on the way there and the other way on the way back. There's a lot of driving. My shoulders are very stiff. Good. And then roll those shoulders up, back and down one more time. Nice. Just do a little, it's almost like a calibration with the head. It's just moving the head from side to side. Good. And just check in with your jaw here as well. If your jaw's feeling tense, see if you can just relax it. We're going to inhale and bring our hands up above our heads, nice and slowly. So we reach all the way out of the shoulder joint. Hands up, clasp them above your head and turn the palms to face the ceiling, and let's decompress ourselves. Remember, shoulders away from ears, and reach up high. And just stretch on one side. You can bring your heels back down again, stretching up and over to the other side. Nice. Go to one side, maybe going a little deeper this time. And up and over to the other side. Nice. Good. Okay. Bring your hands down. I'm going to do this sideways on the mat, so you can do it sideways as well on the mat. Come up to the top of your mat. We're going to do a warrior one pat. So feet are hip width apart, or maybe just a little bit wider than hip width apart. Top of the mat is the bit where you've got lots of mat behind you. That's it, because we're going to take a step back. So take a step back with your left foot. Good. And then the left heel is down. You've still got a space between your hips and shoulders, and your hips are facing forwards. Shoulders are facing forwards as well. Good. Nice. Then you're going to bend the right knee so that the right knee lands over the right ankle. And now we start to feel, so you've actually got your right knee slightly further forwards. It needs to be over the ankle. So there's two things you can do. You can either stop a little sooner, that's it, or you can go a little further back, and then you end up going a little bit lower. So have a little play with that. Good. Warrior one. Little bit about balance there as well. Find your balance. Lovely. So hips and shoulders facing towards that short edge, that front part of your mat. Good. And then inhale your hands up. Exhale, bring your elbows down. Nice. Bring your hands to your hips, step up to the top of your mat, and I'm going to get you to do this facing me now. This is the joy of just one-to-one. So we're not necessarily going to be on the mat. I'm going to come up here so that I'm right here. Same leg, so left leg goes back. So you can see what this looks like from the front. So see how I've got a space? This is why you're wobbling, Pat, because if you have a look at my feet, there's space between them. Whereas other way, that back foot needs to go the other way because you've now gone like this, which is why you're balancing and you need to be like this. So open out. So the left foot steps out. So step back to the front. Have your feet hip width apart. Keep them hip width apart and step that left foot back. So you've done it again. What you've done is you've stepped back to there. Can you see the difference? I want you to have space between. That's it. That's it. Then bring your hands onto your hips and allow your hips to come forwards. Good, good. And then go for the bend in the knee if you want to. You can either have that leg straight or bent. Good. Try not to lean to the side. Bring your torso up. Reach up. Lovely. And then bring your elbows down. Let's do that again. Inhale up. Keep those legs nice and strong and grounded. Reaching up and pulling down. As you exhale. Lovely. Bring your hands down behind you. Clasp them behind you. Open out through your chest and ground down. Oh. This is going to set you up to be strong in your day. Bring your hands onto your hips. Step forwards. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now the right leg goes back. And you've got that space between the legs. Lovely. Right heel is down. Left knee over left ankle. Hips and shoulders facing forwards. Good. Inhale, bring those hands up. And as you come up, stay low in your legs. Good, Pat. Now you really want to feel that ground underneath you. Exhale, pull those elbows down. Working into that upper back again. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, pull down. We're going to do that one more time. So inhale, hands up. Good. And exhale, nice and strong in that upper back. And then clasp your hands behind you. Using the full range of motion of those shoulders. Lovely. Inhale here and exhale, ground down. Lovely, strong standing pose. Lovely. Unclasp, bring your hands to your hips. Step forwards and shake those legs out. Did you feel the difference there between the balance, hey?
Yes. And also, I've got to remember to go slower.
Yeah. Okay, a little bit of a wiggle in those hips, just like we did at the beginning. Okay, we're going to do a twist. It's going to be a standing twist. So I'm going to bring your feet together and we're going to be slightly unbalanced here. So squeeze those knees together, squeeze the ankles together. Bring your hands up. And then you're going to open your hands out to the right. So we've warmed these shoulders up. I'm just going to move forwards because wall in the way behind me. Nice. Coming back up. And we're going to go open to the other side. Hopefully your lower back feeling good with this one, Pat. Can you feel it in the lower back?
Yes, it's fine.
Good. Coming up to center and opening out to the other side. Inhaling up and opening out one more time to the left side. Nice. Come back up to center and I'm going to get you to come down to sitting down. So we can go down via our squat. This is what it looks like from the front. And if you need to come down any other way, you can. Or if you feel comfortable with the squat, maybe just bring those feet together and then come down. Bringing your hands down behind you as well. Good. So I'm going to do this side on so that you can see. You can do it whichever way works for you. So you are Side on is good, Pat. So if you go side on with your legs out in front of you and your sit bones grounding down, good. And then you're going to take your right hand up. So we're like a pair of bookends here on the screen. And you're going to bring it on the outside of the left leg. Now the left hand goes behind you. And then before we do anything, we're just going to lift up through our chest, take a hold of what you've got with your hands, and then use those hands to pull yourself into a twist. So with any twist, you want to lift first, you want to use your breath. Good. And we've already primed that lower back for this. Nice. Inhale here. As you exhale, pull. Lovely. And then inhale, and as you exhale, let it go, just come to center. This time we're going to do the same, but on the other side. So you're going to face away from me. So left hand comes up and goes on the outside of the right leg. Good. And the right hand goes behind you. Lifting up first through that chest and then pulling. And if you want to add the breath, inhale, fill those lungs up full of air, and exhale, pull into that beautiful twist. Oh, a good first thing in the morning. And then inhaling and coming back to center. I'm going to do one more lying down pose, and I'm going to get us to stand up because it's daytime and I don't want you to fall asleep. So lying down, hug your knees into your chest. And then keep your knees bent and bring your feet down onto the floor. Have your arms out wide so you've got a long straight line from one set of fingertips to the other. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your knees over towards the left hand side. So the knees stay together and you can look towards the right hand side. Lying down. Then inhale, bring those knees back to center. Exhale, bring them over to the other side. So gravity helping now. Doing a gentle twist all the way down the back of the body. Giving our hips a little massage. Coming back up to center. One more time over to the other side. Keeping those shoulders in contact with the floor. Relaxing your jaw. Inhaling up to center. Exhaling over to the other side. Oh, that was a nice satisfying click in my lower back there. Sometimes less is more with these things, particularly at 7:30 in the morning. Inhale and bring those knees up to center. I'm just going to get you to take a hold of your knees and just gently circle those femurs in the hip sockets. Nice. And then grab the backs of your thighs and roll yourself up to sitting. While we're sitting, we might as well do a forward fold. So inhale and reach up high. Really reach up as high as you can. Ground down through those sit bones. As you exhale, come into a fold. So hands come forwards and then pull yourself forwards. Nice. So turtle, shoulders away from ears. Lift your head up. That's it. And then just a gentle sway from side to side. Feeling that stretch in that lower back, pulling yourself forwards. Hamstrings getting a nice stretch. So coming to standing. Now you can do this however works for you. I'm working on my own way at the moment. Good. Nice, well done. And then step nice and wide. We're going to do our goddess pose. Bit of trouser management. Inhale, hands up. Exhale. Now we've done this already with the hands. We're going to do the same thing we did as in the warriors and just bring those hips down. Don't have to go super deep to start off with. Inhale, come back up again. Make yourself nice and big. Exhale, sink down, nice and strong. Lovely. One more time. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, grounding down through those feet, sinking those hips down, opening out through your chest, nice and strong. Lovely. Come up, bring your hands to your hips, step in, pull those shoulders up, back and down. And let's just do a little twist. Nice and loose, loosening everything up. This is really good for the fascia. Oh. And you can get quite vigorous with this as well, Pat. Let your arms hang. That's it. And you're kind of moving from the shoulders here, so just throwing your arms around, letting them just slap you. Good. And then slow it down. Come to center. Out. Hands up. Lovely side bend now on the exhale. Clasp those hands and side bend. Off to one side. Inhale up, side bend over to the other side. Still grounded, still got the shoulders away from the ears. One more time each side. Oh, that's nice. And then over the other side. Good. Clasp those hands behind you again. Nice and strong. Open out through the chest. Now with this, we can come into a back bend, so you can squeeze your glutes and look up, opening out through the throat. This is now a combination of everything we've done. Nice. Really squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then unclasp your hands. Bring your hands in front of you. Feel the opposite happen in those shoulders. Head down between the elbows. And then unclasp. Have a little shake. And we're done. Oh. Thank you very much and well done.